It's time to wake up and smell the coffee. Good morning and welcome to your favorite morning talk show with your favorite host, Dana Master, alongside the gorgeous Aina Riza Koya, also known as the sexiest of the sexy. Big purr. How you doing, man?
I'm feeling fine. How are you? It's always weird when people call me the sexiest of the sexy on this particular show.
But you identify as the sexiest.
Yes, I do identify. I just never use that pronoun. I don't use that here, so but I am the sexiest of the sexy.
You gotta affirm it.
I gotta affirm.
Just like how I identify as a national treasure. You know what I'm saying?
Zimbabwe's national you should become the world's national treasure. Why are you limiting yourself
honestly,
to just
I think
Zimbabwe?
at this point I am the world's national treasure. Like just being in my presence is a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Like I brighten up rooms.
You grace my presence even now.
Exactly. You know, like I walk in and it just lights up. Like you can feel this light air. You can feel, I feel like I should walk around with like background music. Like I feel like I should walk in a room and background music should play already. I don't know.
You know, our viewers are probably thinking to themselves,
these girls are so full of themselves.
They have inflated self-importance.
But hey, you gotta tell that to yourself, because if you don't, who will?
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
it's important to affirm yourself. Always affirm yourself, because whatever you say you are, that's exactly who you become.
Exactly.
Whatever you think, that's exactly what manifests in your life. That's why they say for you to materialize your dream, or for you to become that you envision yourself to be, you need to align your thought process, your mind to what you want to be.
And you need to speak it, because words are powerful.
Yes.
Words are extremely powerful.
And if you are religious, I want to share a scripture with you. It's a Bible verse that says, the words that proceeds out of my mouth shall not return void. They shall achieve whatever I send them out to be. So if you are rich, you better start saying, I am rich. You need to speak it. If you don't speak it, then you will have a hard time really seeing those results.
And you have to believe what you speak, like you said. You definitely have to believe it. You can't be like, oh, haha, I'm rich, but you go ahead and, in your mind,
you act poor.
You act poor, and you also act very much like you limit yourself. Yeah, you can restrict yourself a lot. Like you have this needy mentality. Like
you cannot be needy if you are rich. Even if you don't see the riches, you must.
They're there.
They're there.
I always say, right, whatever it is that you see or imagine, like for example, you see yourself being a millionaire. Most of the times, future you is already living that life. Like if you truly believe it, future you is living that life, and present you just has to catch up to it. That's why sometimes in our dreams, you see these other things. They say that your dreams sometimes are your future self or your 5D self coming to your 3D self to say, okay, listen, this is how we're living life in the future. And you know what? I choose to believe that, honestly.
Always really believe what you want to be, believe what you say, and believe what you think.
Definitely.
And that way you would make all your dreams come true. Please do engage us in the comment sections. Let us know, what are some of your favorite words of affirmations to yourself and to the ones that you love. We'll be right back with very bizarre news after the break.
Now let's get into our news today. Never say that day drinking is bad.
Okay.
and I'll explain why. Wine and candy helped an Australian woman survive 5 days in the bushland. A woman who went missing in the Australian wilderness after making a wrong turn survived for 5 days on wine and candy, local authorities said. The 48-year-old woman, who police identified in a press release as only Lillian, was rescued by helicopter on the 5th of May in the Mitta bushland, a stretch of dense eucalyptus forest in the southeastern state of Victoria. Lillian was driving towards Dartmouth Dam for a day trip from the nearby town of Bright when she hit a dead-end road and realized she'd made a wrong turn. As she tried to turn her car around, the vehicle became stuck in the mud. Without cell service, without cell service, she was unable to call for help. Planning for only a 2-hour drive, Lillian had only a few snacks, some candy, and a bottle of wine which she'd intended as a gift for her mother. Lillian doesn't drink, police said, but she eventually consumed the bottle, her only liquid. After 5 days, police finally spotted her by helicopter, standing on a dirt road and waving her arms about 37 miles away from the nearest town.
Whoa.
Right?
Wow,
Never say wine is bad.
Wine is definitely not bad. I can testify.
Even the Bible says wine is good. Jesus says, drink this wine as a sign of my blood.
Yo, but 5 days.
5 days.
Did she not know where her mom's house is as she was going to visit her
She was going to visit, but I think what happened was, it was just a case of, like it said in the article, just a wrong turn. She took the wrong turn. All of a sudden, she was lost.
Let me not judge, because when I went to the north, I also took multiple wrong turns on my way home.
Oh, no.
And you know, they are like, I don't know what they are called in English, but nonetheless, you know, there are a lot of intersections in the villages. So you'd find that there is one straight road, and then it goes out, and then it goes out, and then it turns, and then there's one that goes on top of that one.
Oh,
and then so it's easy to get lost, really.
Yeah. And at least in the north, you do have cell service. Now imagine she was like
no, not in the village. Okay, in the towns we do, but like in the
village,
you can't. There is none.
And the thing is, we've gotten so used to just having our GPS on. We're so dependent on our phones and internet for everything. You get lost, your first thought is, okay, let me put on my GPS, see how far I am. Now you don't have cell service.
Yeah.
You want to call people, you still don't have cell service.
Yo.
You want to order food, you still don't have cell service. So this just goes to show how much we're dependent on our phones.
It also goes to show that I think it's important that you don't travel that far alone.
Yeah.
Well,
to be fair, she in her mind, she was like, listen, I'm just driving for 2
yeah,
hours. It was just a 2-hour drive. That's why even the snacks, she packed
just
very
for
limited
2 hours.
snacks.
Yeah.
But for me, whenever I travel, I always overpack. Be it clothes and shoes, but also snacks, food, even things to do, like books to read, magazines, because you never know what's going to happen on the road. You know what I'm saying? So I always carry extra things, and my mom always scolds me for that, because she says you need to travel light and whatnot. No, I don't believe in traveling light, because, for example, right, you pack 3 pairs of clothes, then all of a sudden Bastrata is calling and you don't have clothes for Bastrata.
Yeah.
Girl,
imagine missing Bastrata
because you don't
packed
have
lightly.
No, sweetie, no. But I'm glad she was found safe and
I'm
helping.
also glad. And they're so fast. Their rescue team is very fast. For you to be found after 5 days.
After 5 days.
And she's very lucky to have been found.
And you know, she was keeping herself warm with her car. Like she would sleep in her car and put on the AC, the heater, and she was, so that kept her safe. I'm just glad it wasn't like a forest with bears and stuff.
With the animals, that is dangerous.
God was on her side.
But nonetheless, we move over to some bizarre news from Tanzania. There was drama in Majengo, Nyuki town on Friday morning after police officers went to arrest a 99-year-old woman accused of selling illicit alcohol and harboring a criminal gang. The woman wailed uncontrollably and threatened the officers with a curse if they dared to touch her or search her rented house for incriminating evidence. But the undaunted officers went ahead with their mission, seizing about 9 liters of changa in plastic bottles hidden under her dress, as well as more than 40 knives in the house and some crowbars suspected of being used by gangsters to break into shops and homes. Also found in one of the room house were several padlocks, 5 axes, 6 knives and other assorted items, including dozens of bags of tea leaves hidden in a metal box believed to be robbed from shops. The woman identity card found in the house showed that she was born in 1924. Laikipia Eastern Deputy Commissioner Patrick Muli, who led the operation, said the woman had in the past evaded arrest by threatening to strip naked and curse any officer who dared to touch her legal activities.
Oh, wow. They say that it's always the ones that you least suspect.
99 years old.
99 years old. You want to
your last days
doing this? Like, ma'am, no. But I just wanted to say, as Africans fear nothing more than witchcraft.
Then a curse.
A curse and witchcraft.
If you tell me you're going to curse me,
it's game over.
I'm not going to search your house. Who wants to be cursed? These police officers are brave, because I would have left everything.
You would be like, nah,
I'm not
it's
about
fine.
to have my
it's
life not go according to plan because I'm being cursed.
True. And you know, a curse is actually something that's very real.
Yeah, they do work, actually.
Like, it doesn't even have to be because you practice black magic or whatever. But even like we were saying earlier, just your words. Because literally you could say something like, you know what, I hope something bad happens to you today.
And then it will happen.
And then something bad will happen because, again, the power of words. I don't like to mess with people like that.
And you know what she said? She also threatened to strip naked. Who wants to see an old woman? So this
she's
lady,
smart,
she's
though.
very smart.
She's smart. Because she's like, you know what, I'll strip naked. I'll strip naked. Now what? Now what?
No, but they said, ma'am, you can do all of that. We don't
We're
care.
still going to arrest you.
We are going to arrest you. We are going to
she knew
arrest
she was
this house.
guilty. She knew she was
No,
guilty.
but why you at 99 years, why are you using your last day?
We had a story, I think 2 weeks ago, of an 80-something-year-old man who was selling drugs.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So I think it's just a thing of, because these people know, okay, you know, I've lived out my life. And maybe their lives didn't have that, I don't know, man, that excitement. So they're like, you know what? My last days, I want to go out with a bang, man.
Wow.
And she will be remembered in history, to be
Too
fair.
much admin. And also these people, these gangsters that are being harbored by this old lady, what are you guys thinking?
They're smart, because then she's going to be the one that's least suspected.
True.
Exactly. All right, now closing off our stories, a guy ate a $120,000 banana in an art museum and says he was just hungry. Installations by Italian artist Maurizio Cattelan are famously provocative, but his signature work, a banana taped to a wall, fell prey to a basic impulse, the hunger it provoked in a South Korean college student. The art in question, comedian, is a frequently replaced duct-taped banana that is meant to evoke everything from Charlie Chaplin's slapstick comedy to the fruit status as an emblem of global trade. It spoke to No Hyun-soo in simpler terms, reminding him that he had skipped breakfast that morning. So as his visit to Seoul's Liam Museum of Art stretched past noon late last week, No seized the fruit and ate it, ignoring the alarmed cry of a museum staffer. It took No around 1 minute to yank the banana and eat it. When he was done, he reattached the peel to its spot on the wall, and No told the museum that he ate the art because he was hungry, and also suggested that his own actions might qualify as art rather than a mere transgression, as he transformed Catalan's work and put it back on display. The No drama lasted only 30 minutes as museum workers installed a second banana to restore Catalan's vision.
So they have a banana on the wall,
Taped to the
on
wall.
the wall.
Yeah.
Does it not get rotten?
No, they replace it. They frequently replace it.
So then why are they angry? Oh, they are not angry that,
I
that
think
this
it's just
person
odd.
ate it.
I think it's just odd because
Why do you have food solotaped on the wall?
It's
Firstly,
art. It's
which
art.
art is this?
It's art.
Let's be serious,
It's
guys. There are people
comedian.
who are hungry for real, like this guy. There are people who are hungry. No, man, guys, let us be serious.
I mean, the thing is, with art, it's unspoken that when you get into a museum, whatever it is that you find there, you're respected because it's
Yes,
art.
I
It could literally be a
understand.
chair. You don't sit on that chair because you don't know what that chair is. It could be a piece of art. I've seen videos of people in the museum and they sit on a chair and everyone is like, and the person is like, what? I just sat on a chair. It's like, no, that's art. That's a $300,000 piece.
So how much did this banana cost?
$120,000. That was for the exhibition. So not the banana itself, but
Oh,
the banana being taped to the wall. But back then, I think 2 years ago, someone actually paid $150,000 for this display.
To watch the display or to take the display
To
home?
take the display home, and then they frequently change the banana themselves.
Bruh, you can just do that yourself at home.
Honestly,
Like, you
guys,
can take your
having
own
money
banana
is nice.
and tape it. Us, we are broke. That's why we
Having
don't
money
understand
is
these things.
Nice. Having money is nice. That's all we can say.
If you want that vision, you can just do it at home. Buy your own banana, buy solo tape, come and tape it, replace.
My thing is, no one is even going to know the difference. Because you
So
can't
now,
tell me
what are
that this man used certain measurements to make sure the banana was angled to this direction and what. Like you're saying, you can literally do it yourself and no one would know the difference.
So what are the actions that are going to be taken against the eater of the
Nothing.
banana?
Absolutely nothing.
Okay.
Because they just replaced the banana and that was it.
And he argued that his actions were also art themselves.
Yes, because
I
he
love that.
transformed
I love
the
that.
art. That's a smart man. That's a very smart man. Now, after the break, Yolanda Nell talks to a group of travelers called Tuk South who embarked on a journey to travel in tuk-tuks embracing the African roads. Stay tuned.
So quickly tell us what prompted you to do this, to travel the world, and then to do this in tuk-tuks.
What prompted us to do it? Well, to be fair, this was a birth child of COVID. Everybody knows COVID, big, bad, scary disease thing that messed around with everyone's lives for 2 years. Well, the one positive to come out of it, definitely in our lives, was this. We were the whole team was spread around the world doing different things, going in different directions. I myself was at university at the time, so was Robbie. I was studying to be a marine biologist. I was moving to Western Australia to go study dolphins. I was a sculptor, and I was about to move to Canada, and I wanted to drive to Patagonia from Canada in a van, but now we're just doing it in a tuk-tuk instead, and it's just taken a couple more years to get there.
Why Africa?
Well, even though we don't sound it, we're actually African. Myself, my brother, and Robbie, so 3 out of the 4 members of the team, we were all born and raised in Kenya. So we're all Kenyan citizens. So it's home to us. And we hadn't really explored. We've done a lot of exploring through East Africa, a lot in Kenya. We've all got the sort of bug that you need to poke your nose in every nook and cranny of a country. And so, we decided Africa was easy because we could leave from home. Our local town sells tuk-tuks. We bang them together in our shed, in our workshop at home. And so it was the next step was either Cairo or Cape Town. And Cape Town sounded more fun, to be honest.
You've been to Namibia, right?
We loved Namibia. We spent 4 months there. We were nearly crying when we left. We could have easily.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
It's the best country of our trip, but long.
What was some of the challenges you faced so far?
Oh, the tuk-tuks. They're just the most ill-suited machines for the roads that we put them through, especially Namibia. I mean, your roads tend to be quite good. There's a lot of sand. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's a terrible road. You try the blimmin' roads in Malawi." Or
but the corrugations weren't
there. Nah, think of that road to Natron. That was a filling rattler is what that was. But no, to be honest, the tuk-tuks, they are a nightmare. in every sense of the word. They break down every day. When we were in Namibia, we went to, nine or eight, maybe eight. I think 9 mechanic shops. We did a tour of every single mechanics yard throughout Namibia. We managed to hit where Ocho we definitely did. We did Ocho. We did.
We're not gonna
remember all of these names. Henties Bay, whatever that one is. Below it, Khababis, Swakop, Osakos, like you name a town, we've been to the mechanics in it, and none of them could fix them because they're terrible little machines.
And you can't get parts either. Our gearbox exploded on the way down the Skeleton Coast. So we're driving from Tora Bay down towards Henties Bay. And yeah, I mean, we don't need to go into the full story.
Yeah, but it went bang.
It really went bang. And then tuk-tuks are so uncommon in Southern Africa. It's impossible to get parts anyway. So we had to fly back to Kenya and then come back with 24 kilos of spare parts because Kenya is where you can easily get them. But it's just not like you can pop to like Vintuk and try buy tuk-tuk parts.
Yeah, they're not your average buckies.
So I will not ask you which was your favorite destination in Namibia because we offer a variety of different landscapes. But what were some of your highlights?
Spitzkoppe, definitely.
Me, Skeleton Coast, far north Skeleton Coast, like up. We managed to get into a concession north of Merva Bay, and that was the most beautiful place in the world. It was mind blowing, just mind blowing. You could find just ships, aeroplanes, broken whales, just a tractor that's been melted by the wind, like lions up there. It was break your mind. I loved it. And I love the fact that you could walk along the beach and you could pick up, like we as children, I think all children like picking up loot off the beach. And it's usually like a plastic toothbrush or something that's bobbed around in the ocean, but it's blue. And so therefore you like it and it's yours. In the Skeleton Coast, you see bottles there, glass bottles that are perfectly smoothed by the wind on one side and perfectly new underneath, which shows that not a single human being has picked that up just out of curiosity. It's amazing. It's amazing, like stuff there that hasn't been touched for 30, 40, 50 years by a human. That's rare to find in this world.
So what is your plan going forward?
So we are currently in the throes of plan number 2. It's taking a bit longer than expected. Our engines have given up. They're diesel, single cylinder, like made in India, designed in Italy, assembled in Kenya. There's many times where bolts could have been forgotten, and anyway, they are carcasses at the moment.
But they're perfect working order if anybody does want.
Go-kart engine.
Engine.
We're selling them.
We'll sell you them. They're very reliable. Haven't broken down once. 22,000 Ks on the clock. Very low mileage. What else? They're like buying a Toyota. A Toyota Land Cruiser.
And they can act as a generator, a water pump, whatever you need.
Fishing weight, an anchor.
Location, Cape Town. But yeah, we're swapping those engines out just in case any of your readers want to buy them. But swapping them out, we're actually putting some Honda Japanese designed engines in so we're converting them to run off motorbike engines, so we're not permanently broken down. And that's going to take 3 or so months. Well, actually, it's going to take 10 days. But we have to wait out the weather window in South America. So we ship them to Montevideo, probably end of September. And then from there, start driving down towards Patagonia. Hopefully, it's not too ruthlessly cold. And then from Patagonia, we're going to drive up to Alaska. So we're now in the sort of admin process of getting all of our clearance fees, doing the engine swap, paperwork for the engine swap, actually editing together some content, because we've mainly just been filming recently rather than editing.
Guys, thank you so much for your time and taking the time to talk to me. This has been fantastic.
Well, that brings us to the end of our show. And as much as it breaks our hearts to say goodbye, we do have to love and leave you.
Yeah, we had so much fun. We spoke art. We spoke
bizarre art.
We spoke, People
Wine.
doing the most.
We spoke wine.
Travelers.
Yes.
And words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation. Speaking of wine, what's your favorite? Like not brand.
Or do I like sweet?
Like what's your type? What's your favorite type
I
of
like
wine?
sweet red.
Sweet red.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a Merlot, hun. I love
Okay.
me some Merlot.
I love
or
Merlot
Chardonnay.
also.
Chardonnay is nice.
Okay, Chardonnay is nice. White.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. But white wine gets a person so drunk fast.
Really? Red for
Yes.
me is that.
Ah.
Like Merlot. Oh, guys, I love Merlot.
Yeah.
I really, really love Merlot. And Shiraz.
Mm-hmm.
Shiraz
Shiraz is
definitely-
good.
Mhm. But yeah, I mean, we've spoken wine. Now, Aina and I might just go grab a glass.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for spending your morning with Smell the Coffee and for joining me, Diana Master, alongside Aina Riza Quayo. Until tomorrow, it's all our love, all our light, and adios.